Hey everyone, Jackson Reed here, and welcome back to Unhooked. Ever scroll through social media for what feels like 5 minutes, only to look up hours later and wonder where did that time go? Yeah, we've all been there. That's the magic, or maybe madness, of dopamine, that feel-good chemical that keeps us coming back for more. But in today's world, with social media constantly vying for our attention, it can feel like a never-ending cycle of instant gratification and fleeting satisfaction. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating, and often frustrating, relationship between social media and dopamine addiction. You know that feeling when you get a notification? That little ping or buzz that pulls your attention away from what you're doing and makes you just have to check it out. That's dopamine at work, my friends. It's designed to keep us engaged, but in the digital age, it can become a bit of a roller coaster. So, what are the key takeaways to understand this complex relationship? Firstly, social media platforms are built on algorithms that exploit our brain's love for instant gratification. They use likes, comments, shares, all these little dopamine hits, to keep us hooked. It's like they're giving you tiny rewards every few minutes, making it hard to resist checking back again and again. Think about it like this: it's the digital equivalent of a slot machine. That constant potential for reward keeps you coming back for more. Secondly, the curated nature of social media can fuel feelings of inadequacy and comparison. We're constantly bombarded with images and stories of seemingly perfect lives, which can lead to us feeling less than or envious. This negativity can trigger stress hormones, counteracting those dopamine highs and leading to a vicious cycle. Remember, what you see online is often just a highlight reel, not the full story. Thirdly, social media can become an escape from real-life problems and emotions. It's easy to get lost in the digital world when things are tough, but this avoidance only postpones dealing with those issues. Eventually, that stress builds up and can lead to even more unhealthy coping mechanisms. It's like putting a band-aid on a deep wound. It might feel better temporarily, but you need to address the root cause. Fourthly, excessive social media use can negatively impact our sleep. The blue light emitted from screens interferes with melatonin production, which regulates our sleep-wake cycle. When we're constantly scrolling before bed, it becomes harder to fall asleep and stay asleep, leaving us feeling tired and sluggish during the day. Imagine trying to run a marathon on empty. That's what your brain is like when you're chronically sleep-deprived. Finally, remember that real life is happening outside of your phone screen. Cultivating meaningful relationships, engaging in hobbies, and spending time in nature are all essential for our well-being. Don't let social media become the dominant force in your life. It should be a tool to connect and share, not a barrier to experiencing the richness of the real world. Think about someone you know who seems constantly glued to their phone. Maybe they're checking notifications every few seconds, scrolling endlessly through feeds, or even neglecting important activities because they're too absorbed in the digital world. This is a classic example of how social media can hijack our attention and take over our lives. So, what can we do about it? Remember, you have the power to change your relationship with social media. Start by setting realistic limits on your screen time. Use built-in app timers or set specific, social media-free, hours each day. Think of it like training for a marathon, gradually increasing your endurance over time. Next, be mindful of what content you consume. Unfollow accounts that trigger negative emotions or comparison. Curate your feed to be a source of inspiration and positivity instead of a constant stream of negativity. Choose quality over quantity. Engage with content that truly adds value to your life. And lastly, remember that real-life connections are invaluable. Make time for face-to-face interactions, pursue hobbies you enjoy, and get outside in nature. Don't let social media steal your joy and energy. Harness its power for good, but always remember to keep things in perspective. I want to hear from you. Share your thoughts on this topic in the comments below or tag us on social media using #UnhookedPodcast. Let's keep this conversation going. Together we can break free from dopamine addiction and live more fulfilling lives. Until next time, stay unhooked.
This podcast is created with the help of advanced AI to deliver thoughtful affirmations and positive messages just for you.